Ferrari may have just crossed the line between brilliance and illegality. The Formula One world stopped when rumors surfaced that Ferrari was preparing to unleash in Monza a rear wing many already called illegally legal. The term spread like wildfire in the paddock, loaded with mystery and suspicion. This wasn't just another upgrade, it was a component designed to turn the car into a missile on Monza's legendary straights. Engineers from rival teams described it as so thin it defies physics. The FIA gave approval at the very last moment, but whispers persisted that Ferrari had once again found a way to dance on the razor's edge of the regulations. The news instantly divided opinions. Fans hailed it as a bold move to bring glory back to the Scuderia in front of their home crowd. Rivals, however, muttered about manipulation and desperation. The tension escalated quickly, because Monza isn't just a race, it's Ferrari's cathedral. To win here is to honor their legacy. To fail here is to amplify the pain. This wing was no longer just an aerodynamic part. It was a gamble with Ferrari's pride, history, and reputation on the line. No team feels the burden of home turf like Ferrari. Monza is more than a circuit. It's a temple of speed, where the roars of tifosi echo like hymns of worship. Every red car that launches down the straights carries the hopes of millions, demanding nothing less than glory. But that passion comes with suffocating pressure. Ferrari has often tried Monza-only upgrades with mixed results. Charles Leclerc's emotional 2019 victory, holding off Hamilton and Verstappen, cemented a legendary triumph. But there have also been years of crushing disappointment, when bold promises fizzled into humiliating failures. This new extreme wing emerges from that history. It's not just about speed, it's about redemption. It's a desperate attempt to create one shining weekend, even if the rest of the season falters. Yet, the risk couldn't be higher. In Monza, failures are magnified. Every miscalculation becomes global ridicule. The tifosi don't just want a race, they demand a miracle. And this wing is Ferrari's latest offering at the altar of expectation. Ferrari's new rear wing is one of the boldest designs Formula One has seen in decades. Ultra-thin, nearly flat, designed with a minimal angle of attack. It slashes drag to transform the car into a rocket on the straights. In theory, the gain could be up to half a second per lap at Monza, a track where top speed is king. But the cost? Nearly no downforce. Through Monza's high-speed corners like Ascari and Parabolica, the car risks becoming unstable, twitching under the slightest imbalance. That's why approval was controversial. FIA inspectors confirmed the wing only barely met flexibility standards, surviving by a hair. Rival engineers mocked it as a loophole on wheels, suggesting Ferrari had built something technically past inspection but violated the spirit of the rules. The bigger danger is endurance. Over 50 laps, structural fatigue or tire degradation could push the wing outside regulations. That's why many have called it illegally legal. It's not illegal yet, but it feels dangerously close. By committing to this wing, Ferrari has taken a massive risk. Developing such a specific part consumes valuable wind tunnel time and simulation hours, resources that could have gone toward the 2026 project. But under pressure to deliver immediate results, Ferrari sacrificed tomorrow for a shot at redemption today. The logic seems simple. A win at Monza means more than just points. It restores tifosi faith, boosts internal morale, and reignites Ferrari's aura of prestige. Yet, failure could prove catastrophic. A disqualification or crash caused by instability would be broadcast to millions, adding another entry to Ferrari's long list of embarrassments. Some insiders even believe Ferrari intentionally engineered the wing to be legal on paper, risky in practice, hoping the FIA wouldn't look too closely if it delivered a show. But that gamble is fraught with danger. Crossing the line between innovation and illegality can destroy reputations. Monza could become Ferrari's miracle or its greatest humiliation. Ferrari understands that racing at Monza isn't just about speed, it's about theater. Behind the scenes, talk of a special livery with blue accents surfaced, a rare and provocative move designed to thrill the tifosi. For Ferrari, performance is always twofold, on track and in emotion. The extreme wing is part of that narrative. To the tifosi, legality isn't the point, courage is. They want their team to show boldness, to fight against the odds, to chase victory with no fear. In a way, Ferrari feeds their passion by walking the knife's edge. But that passion cuts both ways. If the gamble fails, the same crowd that worships Ferrari can turn into a sea of disillusionment. Monza isn't just a race, it's Ferrari's stage play, and this wing is its centerpiece. If it works, tifosi will erupt in ecstasy. If not, the disappointment will echo for years. The wing didn't just catch tifosi attention, it triggered alarm across the grid. Mercedes, meticulous as ever, questioned if the design truly stayed within FIA flex limits. Red Bull smirked in the background, suggesting that special Monza upgrades usually hide something shady. Even drivers joined the chorus. Hamilton hinted about short-term fixes that don't survive the season. Verstappen brushed it off, what with the sharp eyes of a predator who never misses a threat. The paddock thrives on suspicion, and Ferrari's boldness painted a target on its back. Any victory would instantly be protested. Any failure would be mocked. For Ferrari, this isn't just engineering, it's psychological warfare. By bringing the wing, they invited scrutiny from rivals who will seize any chance to file complaints. In Formula One, perception can be as lethal as performance, and Ferrari knows it just walked into a minefield. Team principal Frédéric Vasseur promised a bolder Ferrari when he took over. The Monza wing is proof of that philosophy. But every bold move carries consequences. Within the team, factions are divided. Some engineers see it as the necessary spark to restore pride. Others fear it wastes resources better used for long-term progress. For Vasseur himself, Monza could be his trial by fire. A win would silence critics and cement his authority. A failure, especially one wrapped in controversy, could inflame doubts about his leadership. Ferrari has always been a political team, where internal pressure can be as fierce as rival competition. With this decision, Vasseur has staked not only the team's pride, but also his own reputation. Monza lead crown him as the visionary Ferrari needed, or expose him as a gambler who rolled the dice too hard. Formula One is a sport of numbers, and the math behind Ferrari's gamble is staggering. Roughly 10 kilograms equals 0.3 to 0.4 seconds per lap at Monza. With drag reductions from the new wing, Ferrari could shave precious tenths at Monza, enough to transform a podium into a win. But the other side of the equation is brutal. A few millimeters of extra flex under FIA testing equals immediate disqualification. Over race distance, the tiniest material fatigue could swing legality into illegality. That's the knife edge Ferrari is walking. A handful of tenths in speed versus the risk of total nullification. In Monza, every tenth matters, and Ferrari's wing may just decide whether they climb the podium or the steward's room. Leclerc and Sainz feel a pressure Verstappen and Hamilton don't. For Red Bull or Mercedes, Monza is points in a season. For Ferrari, it's existential. The extreme wing isn't just a technical solution, it's a symbol of faith. Fans expect Leclerc to repeat past heroics. Sainz faces the chance to etch his name in Ferrari lore, but the emotional weight can become a curse. Instability on track, tifosi pressure from the stands, relentless media scrutiny, every slip magnified under a microscope. For Ferrari's drivers, Monza isn't about beating rivals, it's about carrying the weight of history itself. In the end, everything boils down to the race. Ferrari has unveiled its secret weapon, and now the truth will be written at 350 kilometers per hour. The extreme wing could catapult the Scuderia to a legendary home victory, or implode under pressure, instability, or a post-race disqualification. The FIA's approval is only temporary. The tifosi's love is only conditional. The paddock's suspicion will linger no matter what. Monza will decide not only the success of this wing, but the narrative of Ferrari's entire season. If it works, Ferrari will be hailed as bold innovators. If it fails, they'll be remembered as reckless dreamers. The question hangs in the air. Was the risk worth it?